Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. Today's video, we're going to talk about, are they training us for climate lockdown? Now, the reason why I'm doing this video version is because the live stream version was all over the fucking place. I think I even flashed whiskey in it at some point. And it also got demonetized because of, like, all the cursing and the carrying on and shit. So I want to make a more direct video. Anyway, guys, with that, are they trying to train us for climate lockdown? And I'm asking this because during the whole Canadian smoke fiasco here in New York City, the way everybody was acting like fucking bitches was unfucking real. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, not the point. The point is that the third day, which was a Wednesday, or second day, which was a Wednesday, was really bad. It was heavy smoke in the sky, or heavy haze rather, sorry, in the sky, and people were acting up, acting a fool. Places were canceling events outdoors, which I got, but then the next day they were canceling events outdoor again and canceling indoor events as well. Schools weren't letting kids go outside to play. And listen, smoke puts hair in your chest. We'll get into that in a little bit. And then they were just canceling shit all over the place. And I had a kettlebell class, and they canceled my kettlebell class, which is indoors. I didn't understand that. And they were like, well, the smoke is high and this. I'm like, stop the bullshit. It's campfire, man. And it's campfire from a distance, too. It's not like we're like right on it, right next to it. We were miles away from it. Nonetheless, the fact that the city suggested that businesses and outdoor events be canceled, people said, okay, let's cancel it. Let's keep everybody inside. Then they said, do yourself a favor. If you have to go outside, put a mask on. And people did. The increase in masks I saw out in the street was fucking insane. All right. But then they fucking they followed it up with this little tidbit of Mr. 19 event. They said, do not go outside unless you absolutely have to. It's like, there it goes. There it goes. Slowly training people to deal with the climate lockdown that's coming, because that was sort of like them implementing a light lockdown suggestion. That's all it was. But nonetheless, guys, when you start training people these words, when you start telling people, listen, this is what we want you to do. This is how we want you to do it. And people go, yes, sir, boss, I have to do it. And then they start tap dancing for them, because that's all it is. There are no more free thinkers, guys. There's very, very, very few free thinkers out there. Everything now, when it's a suggestion, people are like, you know what, maybe I should do it. Maybe I should close down my business for a day because of some smoke outside. We saw the same shit during Mr. 19. Well, we don't want people to get sick, so let's shut these businesses down. Now, they suggested businesses shutting down during Mr. 19, and then they ordered businesses to shut down. This was a passing effect, right? So it wasn't going to linger over us for weeks at a time or months at a time. It was a passing effect. But still, suggesting people close or shut down the indoor fucking events, out of control. There was also a gym, I forgot to mention, a CrossFit gym that I go to. I haven't been there in a while, but I go to. They also shut down their classes during the day. He was like, well, they didn't have ventilation systems inside, so they weren't able to. I'm like, who cares? Listen, grow some hair. Smoke puts hair in your nuts and your chest, ladies and gentlemen. When you go camping, you learn how to suck it up. When you're fucking a fireman, forget about it. You learn how to suck up smoke as a fireman, because you don't want to go through your tank. Right? You don't want to have a wisp of smoke and you start putting your shit on and you're sucking through your tank before you get to the action. So we learned over the years how to deal with it. If you do any amount of camping, you know that this is campfire. But yet people were acting like fucking complete lunatics over this shit. People are texting me, what do I do? Go outside and fucking take a deep, what you call it, air. Take a deep breath of air. Go inhale it all in, man. Grow the fuck up. It's not going to kill you. It didn't kill anybody. It made some people sick. Some people activated their asthma. Guess what? If you have fucking a respiratory issue or you have a asthmatic issue, handle it. Fucking handle it. Use albuterol or stay inside or wear a mask. Crying, carrying on, and fucking being a bitch about it is what they want you to do. They want you to be that bitch, because they're like, people are like, oh God, what do I do? People are walking outside with their shirt around their face, they're like, and they're doing this. I'm like, that's not helping. Granted, guys, a mask is going to cut down on what you're breathing in. Absolutely. There are people telling me the masks don't work. I'm like, what are you, fucking retard? It does work. It cuts down on the amount of shit you're breathing in regards to that. Not Mr. 19, but this. Because the particles are a lot larger. So it's going to get trapped in the material leading to your nose and your mouth. Same thing goes for a damp rag. The damp rag works excellent. I remember being at the Trade Center, and I remember not having anything over my face when the first building came down. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to fucking die because I couldn't breathe anymore. Lady turned around with a wet rag. I put it over my face. I was fucking golden for the rest of the day. I kept, dampening it a little bit, not soaking wet, dampening a little bit, and I was fine. I eventually had to throw it out and get another one, but nonetheless, it helped. Anyway, it's going to cut down. But if you don't have bitch lungs, if you don't have bird lungs or chipmunk lungs or whatever fucking lungs you have, you're okay. But the fact that the media kept focusing on New York, too, that was the other thing I noticed. The media focused on New York and New York solely. Keep in mind, everywhere else is experiencing smoke. But New York kept pulling up. Every article I tried to look up about smoke in other areas, New York was number one. Popped up immediately. There it goes, guys. Climate change fucking training. Climate lockdown training, man. They're like, oh, look at that. See that yellowness? It looked like fucking Blade Runner 2049. Sort of did. But still, or was it 2149? Whatever. Anyway, that Blade Runner movie, that air was potent. And did you see a ton of people walking around in masks and that? No, they sucked it the fuck up. We went through a couple of days of this haze, and people were acting a fool. I don't want to be next to these people when this shit really happens. If you were flipping out over a haze that was going to pass, I hate to fucking see how you react to a prolonged situation. Now, if you guys research climate lockdowns, it's right now a theory. It hasn't really been done yet. We're probably going to see it if we see more of these kinds of situations happen. They won't call it a lockdown. They'll call it something else. They'll call it a suggestion, whatever it is. Nonetheless, guys, the amount of shit we saw and the amount of shit we're hearing, listen, it's gotten so bad that they're even trying to say that this knocked off an hour off of everyone's life. The smoke, that is, from Canada. How the fuck did they figure that out? How did they figure out it was going to knock off an hour? I'm going to do a separate video on that. Still, the stupidity behind it is insane. And the fact that they're carrying on with this and getting people scared and keeping people scared is fucking asinine. And it's asinine that people are falling for this shit. I just don't understand. I really don't. I mean, listen, I do understand. I understand that they want to keep the anxiety up. They want to keep you scared. They want to keep you frightened. But like I said before, if you're following this channel or a few other channels like mine, this isn't the bitch network. All right? This is the real nigga network. And we're going to fucking be real motherfuckers about this shit. And we're not going to sit there and fold like origami when the pressure's on. Anyway, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.